schedule was one very small 3-game homestand between 2 week-long road trips. Just 3 simple games against a team you play 18 times a season. It is one minute series in size, but large in importance. The home team held serve the first 2 nights and chopped down hopes for any late September runs, leaving the second-place team not feeling chipper. At the start of this brief series, it turned out to be a very important one for the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Well, the Phillies have taken the first 2. It's the second straight September that the Phillies have dominated the Atlanta Braves in a pivotal series. Tonight, it's the final game, and the Phillies begin play tonight. 9.5 games up over the Atlanta Braves. The magic number to clinch the East is down to 14. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Chris Wheeler, and we're back out. It's Ashburn Alley with 1,000 of our friends. How's everybody doing tonight? That's right. Everybody is amped for tonight's ball game after a victory last night. Obviously, everybody endured the weather. Raul Ibanez endured the weather, and the Phillies offense certainly came out clicking.
Fans are helping with the Raúls right now, Tom. Yeah, he was hot last night. Raúl's been like that all season, really. He has been a guy who's been very, very streaky. He got a big hit in the first inning. They'd already had the home run from Chase Utley. Hit this little blooper into center field. Michael Bourne comes on, can't make the play. Phillies score the second run. This ball right here looks like it's going to be a home run and hits right off the railing in deep right center field. And Raúl had an RBI double as Hunter Pence scores. And Phillies trying to add some runs later in the game. The Braves were making a run at him, and Raul Ibanez with another base hit and another run knocked in. So he had a really, really hot night. As you said, the Phillies have dominated these guys the last 2 years. Last year it started on September the 20th, a little bit earlier this year, but they're 5-0 against the Braves with 1 more to go tonight. Look at the difference in the starters' earned run average, 1.17, and the Phillies with a lot more runs against the Atlanta Braves. So they really have deserved to win these games.
They certainly have. And speaking of the starters' earned run average, since the All-Star break, the Phillies starting pitchers have an ERA of 2.84 going into tonight's ball game. So it is the final game of this very brief 3-game homestand between the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Roy Oswalt on the mound for the Phillies. Brandon Beachy making his 22nd start for the Atlanta Braves. The first 2 nights, the fans have had to endure some inclement weather. They certainly were vocal in last night's ball game. We'll see what happens in Game 3. The lineups in first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota offers fuel efficiency you'll love, only better. By Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online, only at southwest.com. By Xfinity, only from Comcast, the official HD triple play provider of the Phillies. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Phillies. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Independence Blue Cross. No matter where you are in life or business, we have plans that fit. Go to plansthatfit.com. for the Phillies and for the fans. They seem to have enjoyed the different personalities of the first two games. They had to endure a long rain delay yesterday, but there was a hearty bunch that stayed until the end that really made the atmosphere here at Citizens Bank Park what you would expect, and that is electric. Now, the Phillies, at the end of these seasons, this is what they led the division by. 9.5 game lead right now. In 2011, they reached 90 wins in the fastest form in Phillies history. These are the top 5 leads in Phillies history at the end of the season. Pretty good pace that the Phillies are on right now. Yeah, and, the 9.5 game lead, unless something unforeseen would occur, of course, you don't end the season with a half game either way or the other because you're going to play them all, and the other teams are going to play them all behind you. But right now, Phillies with an extra game. In fact, after the Braves play tomorrow night, they're going to play a doubleheader. The Phillies are then going to have 4 games in hand on the Atlanta Braves. The Braves will have played 4 games. The Phillies can play 4 games and win them all. Well, speaking of the Braves, let's take a look at their starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at center field, Michael Bourne. Martin Prado starts in left field for the second straight day. Chipper Jones over at third base. Brian McCann does the catching. Dan Uggla's over at second base. He'll hit 5th. Eric Hinsky makes the start at first base. He'll bat 6th. Jason Hayward makes his first start of the series. He's in right field batting 7th. Alex Gonzalez hits 8th, and Brandon Beachy hits 9th. And they'll face Phillies right-hander Roy Oswalt, who technically is making his 7th start since coming off the disabled list. But one of those starts was the game where he was listed as a starter in Washington, never pitched, but then pitched the next day. Yeah, and he was good the other night in Florida. They stretched him out to 116 pitches. Charlie talked about that before the game tonight, that's the game plan right now, is to try and get his pitch count up near 100 or over 100 every time he goes out there. As you look at the Southwest Airlines scouting report on adding depth to the rotation and his numbers against Atlanta lifetime, they aren't going to say anything right now, but you have to think deep down inside they want him to be the 4th starter. Because this guy has so much experience. Time now for the Nissan keys to tonight's game. Kind of warm and muggy here. Well, see if he can sweep a big series. This is just what they were after last year, and they wound up doing it. And they have 90 wins. Why not win 100? But, why not? Well, the last time the Phillies and the Braves met in September here at Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies did indeed sweep that 3-game series. In fact, that's the last time the Braves were swept in a 3-game series. Braves have gone 44 series without being swept in a 3-game set or more. And the Phillies even better than that. Phillies are 51 series. That's 51 3-game series. Michael Bourne leads it off. It's no balls and 1 strike for Bourne. Overall hitting .299 with 2 home runs and 4 runs batted in. See all those hits he's accumulated. Michael Bourne's turned into a star player in this league. He has 50 stolen bases. He's been caught 12 times. These guys are old teammates. A few Astros here tonight. Roy Oswalt, guy at the plate, and the guy in right field for the Phillies. There you go. Infield hits 34, included in that 12 bunt hits. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Bourne. Oswalt went 6 of the 3rd in his last outing. Wills gave you his pitch count. 8 hits, 3 runs. And a hard ground ball to second. Always good to retire Michael Bourne and keep him off the base paths. During the 2011 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. 1 gone. Martin Prado bats second. Prado has good numbers against the Phillies this year overall. 1 for 8 in the series so far. It's been one of the keys for the Phillies. They have kept the top of the order in check. Top of the order is 4 for 17 in the first 2 games. Michael Bourne got on a couple times last night and didn't run, which is kind of surprising. See Oswalt's last 4 starts. How about for the Phillies starters since the All-Star break? A 2.87 earned run average collectively. You know, they have the best starters ERA for the year. But the fact that it's even lower since the All-Star break shows the domination of Cliff Lee, the consistency of Roy Halladay, the emergence of Vance Worley.
Well, that guy kind of sets the tempo for everything right there. Once he arrived, everything changed with your starting rotation.
To it to the count to Prado.
Oswalt throwing fastball, and that was his first slider. He's also thrown a changeup. He has not thrown that big old slow hook up there, and I don't know the way he would do it right now on a 2-2 count with Chipper Jones on deck.
Changeup hit toward first, a foul ball. Carlos Ruiz said after the last start that Oswalt made, he said, how did his fastball look on TV as the game moved on? I said, well, it looked a whole lot better than it looked in his previous start. He said it ran a little bit, didn't up in the zone. And I said, yeah, that's the way it seemed.
It had some hop to it. And when he has a little bit of hop in his fastball, you know, they'll swing and miss at it. That game before that, nobody was swinging and missing at him.
2-2 the count to Prado. Line drive, one hopper right at Michael Martinez. He bobbles, and that'll be an error on Martinez, his 5th of the year.
Well, that was just an easy play for him too. Got a little bit casual. One hopper. Not a tough play at all. And it wasn't even like he was making the transfer there. That ball just came squirting right out of his glove.
Looked like he was squaring his feet up to make the throw over to first.
It's hard to figure out why that ball came out that way, because you rarely will see that.
Chipper Jones hits it back to the box. Oswalt might make up for it. There's one. There's two. He certainly made up for it. It's a 1-6-3 double play. Pretty impressive defense by the Phils after they commit the first error of the night. We go to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing. Phillies coming up. Throughout the complex here in South Philadelphia. It's a great place if you haven't been to get yourself ready for a baseball game. Speaking of getting ready, let's get ready with the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off in center field, Shane Victorino. Placido Polanco's over at third base. He'll hit second. Chase Utley bats third, followed by Ryan Howard and Hunter Pence. Raul Ibanez is in left field. He'll hit sixth. The bottom third of Ruiz, Martinez, and Oswalt. And they'll face 25-year-old right-hander. He just turned 25. Brandon Beachy, who's making his 22nd start and his 6th appearance against the Phillies in the last year.
Just 13 days removed from the one-year anniversary of his major league debut right here in this ballpark when Jair Jurgens couldn't go in that big series last year. Beachy has not beaten the Phillies, but he certainly has pitched well against them. You see his overall numbers. Southwest Airlines scouting report. He's got a sneaky fastball. Talk about Roy Oswalt, the way he hides it and it hops a little bit. This guy can do the same thing. There are numbers against the Phillies, but he's pitched well against them.
Victorino leads it off. Victorino's 4 for 8 against Beachy. And in this series, he's 2 for 8. He's hit it 3 straight. His average at .303 with 15 home runs and 56 runs batted in. Foul ball off to the left. It's 0-2. Brandon Beachy last year when he made his major league debut, he was fastball, changeup, and curve. Well, in spring training, he learned how to throw the slider. And according to David Ross, the Braves backup catcher, it's made a huge difference in his success rate and the number of strikeouts he's picked up. There's the curve. That's not the slider. Roger McDowell certainly has helped Brandon Beachy develop after being signed as a free agent, a non-drafted free agent out of college.
And they threw him right into the pot last year in that big game here, and he pitched very well. But the Phillies were so hot, and they swept him in that series, went from 3 up to 6 up.
Swing and a miss. 1 away.
Phillies have thrown 2 spots on the Braves in the last 2 games, which is a nice way to get started. Right out of the chute, they've led in the ball games 2-0.
Last night they did their damage with 2 outs in the first, and not surprising that the Phillies lead the league in 2-out runs.
275 runs with 2 outs, and a National League best 269 with 2 outs, and runners in scoring position. You want to know why they have 90 wins? There's a big reason.
Polanco's hit it 3 straight, 276 overall with 4 home runs. Derek Lowe, Tim Hudson, they started the last 2 days. Tim Hudson said after last night's game, I was fighting. I didn't have my best stuff. I was just trying to keep my team in the game, which he did for the most part.
And which he normally will do. Tim Hudson's a lot like there's Vance Wortley, who's just been so good, and he made pitches when he had to. Tim Hudson's like Roy Halladay in a lot of ways that, you know, you look out and they'll give up some base runners. They look like they're in a little trouble, and then the inning ends and nothing happened. There's a 0 up there. And that's the kind of pitcher Hudson's been throughout his career.
See Hudson 6 innings last night, 5 strikeouts. Freddie Gonzalez was also asked about why he didn't use some of his bigger relief pitchers at the tail end of that game while it was pretty close. And he said, we've made a conscious effort not to use Venters, O'Flaherty, or Kimbrel if we're trailing in a game at this point in the season, because they've worked so much.
Yeah, and you know, the reality is starting to set in, and hopefully it will, that you know that the Phillies have a very good chance to win the division. The Braves have a chance to be the wild card. So they're trying to set some things up as you look at Kimbrel and Venters right there, to set some things up to give some of their guys some rest. Because the reason the Braves are where they are is the back end of their bullpen.
One ball, 2 strikes the count to Polanco. Ground ball, foul. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Peter Mulligan of King of Prussia. If the Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, Pete will win $100. Polanco hits it softly towards second. And Uggla throws softly to first. 2 outs. And just like last night, the Phillies go down in the bottom of the first. The first 2 hitters go down, and now Chase Utley is the batter. Last night he hit a home run. That is our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, folks.
Yeah, 2 outs, nobody on base. Tim Hudson threw a little slider there. It looked like out over the plate, and Chase Utley hit it right to Jesus Tiamo in the Phillies bullpen.
10th home run of the year for Chase, who's hitting .313 this year at Citizens Bank Park. At least 2 for 9 against Beachy. The number at the bottom, well, it was cause for concern on the road trip. Utley and Howard both struggled on the road trip, but the Phillies wound up with a 5-1 record.
It's Tim Hudson we've been talking about, and you know, right now he is their number 1, and you know, Beachy could be their number 2.
2-0 the count. There's a strike. It's 2-1. 5-2 on the road trip. The Phillies lost the last 2 games, and they did indeed lose the last 2 games because Major League Baseball denied the Phillies' request to protest the final game of the series. There were no comments from Major League Baseball about that, and Charlie Manuel didn't have any comments either.
No, well, I don't think anybody thought they were going to win it, but you know, you thought maybe they would say something a little more than that, and I'm sure that some of the people involved in it have had some things said to them.
I would think so. 3-1 the count to Chase Utley. And it's full 3-2. Ryan Howard.
Ball took a big hop on the concrete down there below and jumped right up into the suites where a young fan had his glove right there. He reached out and souvenir time. Great catch.
Glove's pretty broke it in.
That was a big hop. That thing bounced like a golf ball.
Utley out in front. This time McCann might have a play back onto the warning track, and he makes the catch. So Brandon Beachy has a pretty easy bottom of the first. A strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out. We've completed 1. We go to the second here in Philadelphia. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Video highlights and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Phillies.com for details. Top of the second. A lot of action out at Ashburn Alley. We were just out there doing our open. Folks were enjoying some of the food, some of the atmosphere. The line for Tony Luke's was, I mean, long.
Luke baby smelled good walking by there, didn't they?
Some great opportunities for fans to take in some of the great ballpark fare here at Citizens Bank Park between Planet Hoagie, Tony Luke's, Seasons Pizza.
We walked right into a band that was, well, they were performing loudly out there.
They were doing a great job.
Yep, Goya night.
Goya Latino Family Celebration Night.
Right, and it was like a huge mariachi band. And people were dancing out there. It was very festive.
One that counts to Brian McCann, and it's high, 2-1.
I could just seen Sarge just stay there and dance if he'd have been with us.
Sarge had other duties tonight, Wheels.
Yes, he did. He and Mike Schmidt spoke to a group in the executive dining room. Jeff Stone is in the house tonight. How about that, Stoney? Huh? Seen him in a long time. What a good guy. Played for the Phillies back in the 80s.
Saw him downstairs with Juan Samuel.
Yep.
You talked about that year that the two of them were teammates with Von Hayes.
Yep. We had a great promotion that year. Didn't quite work out.
What was it called?
It was, well, they were going to steal all these bases. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was Sammy and Jeff Stone and Von Hayes. And boy, were they going to steal bases. I think the first game of the season made 4 errors. It was bad. Just got off to a terrible start. It was not a good year. It's a great offseason, though, preparing for it. Didn't work out. It's not like these years we're going through right now.
Ball 4. McCann's aboard. A leadoff walk here in the second. Now the Toyota Major League scoreboard. Busy day for Major League Baseball. The Tigers, they trailed in this game. But then all of a sudden they turned the tide on the Indians and they won it 8-6 thanks to a grand slam by Victor Martinez. And it made a 22-game winner out of Justin Verlander. Just hand him the Cy Young now.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while you need one of those. When you put a great year together as a starter, you have an off day and your team rallies for you, wins a game.
Dan Uggla grounds it toward third, a foul ball. Well, Shelley Duncan hit 2 two-run home runs against Verlander early in that game. And the Indians were feeling pretty good about themselves, but Verlander hung in there and was able to pick up the victory. Stuck around long enough. That'll head toward the upper deck. Nice catch by that gentleman. He lost his seat, but he made the catch.
That's some glove. It's like a pitcher's glove.
Here we go. Oh,
yeah.
nice play.
Nice play. Whoop.
Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Oswalt.
And he rolled out a curveball that time. We talked in the first inning that he hadn't thrown it. And he saved one there for Dan Uggla. And he gets a little bit out front of that. Here's another look at it. Uggla, he swings hard. He does not have a 2-strike swing. He swings like that every pitch.
Eric Kinsky starts at first tonight for Freddie Freeman. They give Freeman a little bit of a reprieve with that sore hip flexor. Freeman started the first 2 games of the series. And he's going to need a little rest after the season's over with that the hip flexor bothering him the way it is. They said he won't get any better until he has time off.
He'll be in contention for Rookie of the Year.
To left field. Ibanez at the track makes the catch. On a warm night like this, you want to make sure you grab yourself Powerade. Powerade Ion 4. Focus, hustle, hydrate, and believe. Two outs and our first glimpse in this series at Jason Hayward. Rookie of the Year a season ago.
Yeah, he's had some injury problems this year, and the league figured him out a little bit too.
One ball, one strike to count to Hayward.
Really started to try to pitch him inside a little bit more, and you know, he hasn't adjusted to the point where he can dominate with the skills that he has.
It's a 60-point difference between this year and last year, plus the home runs.
Right. You see, he has that hook swing, and you know that's something they've been trying to work with him on, evidently, try and get him to hit the ball the other way a little bit more instead of hooking everything. And the ball inside, he has a tendency to pull it foul or get jammed to make an out on it. And now they have him set up to come inside. Yep, they finally got the fastball in. That's what Roy wants. Here he comes with it. And there goes the bat, broken bat, foul. And that's what happens with him a lot. But Carlos put down everything. He went changeup first, and then he went curveball, and then he went fastball away, fastball in. And that's what they went with. We'll see if they go back in there again after just showing him that.
Curveball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the second. The Braves have had a couple base runners, one in the first on an error by Martinez. One here in the second. It's McCann on a leadoff walk. That pitch barely missed, maybe a little high, maybe a little outside.
Yeah, he threw him a change up there after a curveball. It's not a strike, but it's, you know, it's a pitch he might, you know, maybe he would chase it.
Runner goes, and he got it in his kitchen. Ruiz off with the mask, back toward the screen, and he runs out of room.
But see where they go for the out a lot of times with Jason Hayward still. And that's not to say that he can't open up and nail one of those. And if he does, he can hit them a long way. But he does seem to make outs on balls in on him. But you just can't stay in there all the time. And that's what they've done. They mixed it up a little bit and then went back in there again. See if what they want to do here. Curveball.
There goes again, and a breaking ball in the dirt. Second walk of the inning. So 2 outs, and here's Alex Gonzalez, who has the most ABs against Oswalt in the lineup tonight. And you see the current conditions, 79 degrees, rather humid and cloudy. There has been rain all around Philadelphia in the suburbs
for about a month.
They've already postponed the game between Pawtucket and Lehigh Valley. Reading has been postponed up in New Hampshire. And Gonzalez fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1.
One thing the Phillies know, they're going to hit the road tonight and play in 2 towns that have a roof on the ballpark. Uh-oh. Full moon? No, not yet.
No, I don't think it's full.
No, it's okay. I don't know what you'd call that. It's working on becoming a full moon later in the month. Pretty. It has a Bela Lugosi look to it, doesn't it? Ooh.
The 0-2 pitch. High fastball, cut out and missed. Pretty good pitch right there by Roy Oswalt. Picks up his second strikeout and finishes off the Braves. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. Oswalt's got some life on his fastball again tonight. We go to the bottom of the second. Phillies' top sports writers to preview the Phils-Brewers game. That's tomorrow, and also talk about the Eagles' season opener against the Rams on AT&T Presents Daily News Live. Tomorrow at 5, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Well, we talked about the line at Tony Luke's. It's still pretty thick as we head to the bottom of the second. Let's try a clean sweep is what the Phillies are looking for. Ryan Howard leads it off here in the second against Brandon Beachy. Howard tied for first in the league in runs batted in with 108. Fifth in home runs with 31. He has 3 hits and 6 at-bats in the series. He has scored 4 runs.
Has a home run off Brandon Beachy. Playing the overshift on him with Dan Ugley in the outfield. Now you see it. And a lot of written today and talked about Ryan Howard with that sore foot. It's become so obvious with him on the bases. Really, I mean, it's to the point where the media had to talk to him about it because he's just hobbling around the bases, but he's swinging the bat really well.
Yep. I talked to him about it last week, and he showed me the areas that were bothering him. And I guess yesterday he gave it a name. It's the hankle.
The hankle, yeah. He has a very good sense of humor about things, and you know, when you're hobbling the way he is right now, I guess you almost have to. But the thing about him is he keeps playing, and that's big because this team is trying to get something done as quickly as possible, and they have a better chance to do it when he's in the lineup.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Howard here in the bottom of the second, and he stays alive.
He'll be going head to head with that guy he's tied with starting tomorrow night. That'll be fun to watch. 2 serious bombardiers, and Fielder and Howard.
Prince Fielder's playing out the final year of his contract with the Brewers, and he's having a heck of a year.
How about so is Pujols with those 2 free agents?
One thing you know is they won't be picked up by the same team.
No,
because they play the same position, and they're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, no team could afford both of them. I mean, even the big boys are going to have trouble affording both of those guys.
High fastball, 94. Second strikeout for Beachy.
Beachy's good at that. We talk about Oswalt up in the zone. He has life on his fastball up in the strike zone, and teams hitters will chase it. And there he goes upstairs, and he chases it.
Here's Hunter Pence, a .310 hitter, 6th in the league in hitting. He's played 33 games with the Phillies. This is his 34th, and he's made a major impact. 4 for 7 with 3 runs batted in the series. Beachy starts him off with a slider. It's 0-1.
A lot of teams start him with stuff out of the strike zone because he swings early. Watch him hack at that high fastball. That was a big man's foul ball right there, too.
Almost went up to the upper deck where that gentleman caught the foul ball earlier.
When they come up here over your head, usually it's a big boy that does it.
0-2 pitch. Change up low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brandon Beachy earlier this year spent time on the disabled list because he injured his oblique in a game down in Atlanta against the Phillies.
Swinging.
Swinging the bat.
He did it when he grounded out.
Some of his teammates feel that if he didn't get injured and didn't spend time on the DL, he'd probably be a 15-game winner by the time the season came to a close.
He's a really good-looking pitcher. non-drafted. You never know.
Well, we showed the strikeouts per 9 innings earlier, that stat. He's at 10.1 per 9, which is the 4th highest total for a rookie in Major League Baseball history. And he just rung up Hunter Penn's 2 outs. This gives us an opportunity to remind everybody that the Powerball is up to $107 million. That goes off on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The Mega Million at $44 million. That's Tuesdays and Fridays. Ibanez had a good night last night. He was our Chevrolet player of the game, 3 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. 6 runs batted in his last 9 games to bring his season total up to 70. Two and one the count.
See, when he's swinging well, he's nice and still up there, and he has a really quick swing. When he gets a little anxious, his swing gets long, and he hits a lot of balls to second base. And last night he was hitting balls really hard.
Got a little timing mechanism for himself before the pitch comes in. Kind of moves the bat around, and when the pitcher starts to go in the windup, that's when you see him get those hands back.
Right. Well, everybody, that's what every hitter will tell you. They have to have something to get loaded. You have to have something in a mechanism to load up before you can swing, and everybody's different with that. And that was what Tom was just talking about when they showed with Ibanez.
See right there, the pitcher hasn't gotten ready yet. Now the pitcher is ready and he's set.
And watch him load right there with the hands. Kind of like when people that play golf. You know, there's a way you cock your wrists in a golf swing, and if you don't do it right, a lot of things go wrong.
In the air to right field in foul territory. That'll find the seats and out of play. Ibanez needs 1 home run to reach 250 for his career.
Well, Ryan Howard is that the thing where he just points the bat out at a certain, you know. So it's always fun to watch stances. And then when the guys come back in those old timers games used to play, they had the same mannerisms. Never lose that.
Ibanez to right field. That one's deep. That one's not coming back. That one's number 250 for Raul Ibanez. And he's just given the Phillies a 1-0 lead. Reached a number of baseball milestones with the Phillies, and that's another one.
Watch how short and quick he is on this. Load up and pop out of the ballpark. Not a long swing, a real quick swing. And boy, you wish that home was for him.
Peter Mulligan of King of Prussia, you just won $100 courtesy of Raul Ibanez in the McDonald's home run jackpot.
15 home runs, 16 now by Beachy. Only 6 by left-handed hitters.
One of the parts of Beachy's game that they've talked about where he struggled giving up the home runs, because that's 16 in less than 125 innings.
Yeah, and more to right-handed hitters.
0-1 the count to Ruiz. Short right field. Hayward coming in. And he makes the catch. But the Phillies strike first. They do so on a home run by Raul Ibanez. For Ibanez, the 250th home run of his major league career. And the Phillies have taken the early lead in all 3 games against the Atlanta Braves. Pretty sweet swing as we go to the 3rd here in Philadelphia. Brandon Beachy leads off the top of the 3rd. Phillies are up 1-0, and Oswalt fires a strike.
Phillies have taken the lead in all 3 games. Good way to play baseball.
0-2 to Beachy. Beachy 3 for 36 in his career. Out of Indiana Wesley,
where he was a position player and a closer. Hey, this guy's some story. He can pitch. He's got a lot of talent. And he's got a really good makeup out there, too. You know, he looks like a guy that thinks he can get people out.
Well, Wheels, it's time now for our Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com, go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, who holds the Atlanta Braves single season record for shutouts with 6? The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning.
Only 6. And that's not a whole lot of shutouts when you consider some of the great pitchers they've had.
Very true. Cliff Lee has 6 this year.
Yeah.
1-1 the count to Michael Bourne, who grounded out his first time up. Got him. Fastball tailing away. 4th strikeout for Oswalt.
And set up by the fact that he was in on him quite a bit in that at bat. And then got him out away. And you could see Michael Bourne trying to protect inside. And look at how this thing, as Tom says, goes away from him. He can't reach it because he's so aware of the ball inside. There's another look at it. He's cheating inside. Can't get to the pitch away. That's a veteran pitcher setting up a guy for where he wanted to go. Eventually for the out.
4 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. Martin Prado, the batter, takes inside and low. 1-0.
Tim McCarver taught us that a long time ago, talking baseball with him, as a catcher, it's how you got there. And You know, it always looks good the pitch you get the guy on, but there's a reason many times he would tell you, because they had set him up looking in other areas and then making it almost impossible to get him to get to that area where he got him out. And that's just what he did to Michael Bourne there.
Ground ball toward the hole. Backing up on it, Martinez sets and fires in time. Michael Martinez took 2 steps back before he fired over to Ryan Howard to get Martin Prado. The Braves are retired in order here in the third. 2 strikeouts for Oswalt, and then a little defense from Michael Martinez to finish up the inning. Phillies are on top 1-0 thanks to a home run by Raul Ibanez. Martinez playing again for the Phillies. This is his 4th straight start, his 3rd in a row at shortstop. Part of the reason Charlie Manuel, I know, told you, Wheels, that he likes the left-hander against Beachy, against all these right-handers. That's why Wilson Valdez hasn't played the last couple of days.
Yeah, he'll get Wilson back in. Well, probably tomorrow night. Left-hander tomorrow night, Narveson. Just checking to see if Wilson was banged up at all, and everybody says no.
Charlie's been around the game to know that, you know, a lot of the utility players like Valdez and even Martinez for that matter, you don't want to play them every day because you may wear him down a little bit.
Exactly.
High fastball. Cut on and missed. One away. Phillies baseball is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. By Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by the Quality Plus Ford stores. Goya Latino family celebration going on here at the ballpark.
Sounds like that band we walked into.
Just think of the same thing. Oswalt, the hitter, hitting 107. No homers, 2 runs batted in. And strike 1. Softly to shortstop. Gonzalez there. 2 outs. That's 2 away here in the third. Well, the Phillies have a handful of rescheduled games coming up. September 20th, September 15th, there are 2. It's a day-night doubleheader. The 20th is the game from the 14th of August against the Nationals. That, too, is a day-night doubleheader, but the game from the 14th starts at 1:05. Game 70 and 71 will be on the 15th of September. Game 71 is at 2:35. Game 70 is at 7:35. If that's confusing, and sometimes it does seem that way, go to Phillies.com/schedule update for more information. Here's Victorino, who struck out his first time up. 0 for 1. At a changeup for a strike. By the way, Wheels, this is a very busy day in the world of birthdays.
Oh, isn't it?
Around the Phillies and their family, and really around the country.
Well, we have Bill Giles.
Bill Giles' birthday today. Happy birthday, Bill.
Chairman of the board of the Phillies and the dean of Philadelphia sportscasters, our old pal, Bill Campbell.
Bill Campbell. And then Jeff Halleckman, our producer, is 40 today.
How about that?
Remember 40, Wheels?
It's in the rearview mirror big time.
It's only 3 years ago for me, and I don't remember it. Happy birthday, Jeff. Happy birthday, Bill and Bill.
Here's the bopper.
Yep. Think they had birthday cake for Mr. Giles tonight?
Well, he might have had a birthday martini.
Two and two the count.
Got one other one there I got to mention. My dad would have been 95 today.
95?
Yeah. Wow. Born in 1917. Add him to that list of friends and good people.
Sure, there's some birthdays being celebrated right there at Ashburn Alley. Boy, he came inside to Victorino, and he picked up his second strikeout of the inning, the 5th overall for Beachy. The Phillies go down in order, and we go to the 4th. Which perform as brilliantly as regular paper. Who but W.B. Mason. Chipper Jones leads it off. Jones sends it to left. Not deep. Playable for Ibanez. One gone on one pitch here in the 4th.
Oswalt very aggressive on that fastball tonight. Got some light movement on it. More importantly, though, you can tell he's got some confidence out there so far tonight.
Yeah, Sarge, he's only allowed 2 base runners. He allowed a base runner in the first on the error, or 3, I should say. Base runner in the first on the error by Martinez, and then 2 walks. Brian McCann was one of those walks. And he takes strike 1. There's been a lot of talk about the potential playoff rotation, because the Phillies really do have 5 bona fide starters right now, with Worley having the success he's having. And Charlie Emanuel is really not getting into the conversation about it yet, but when he's asked between Oswalt and Worley where would he go, he said, well, I kind of look at the overall numbers and the experience. And Oswalt is 5-1 with a 3.39 ERA in the postseason, which says a lot. Worley has not pitched in the postseason, and to Vance's credit, when he was asked about that, he said, I'll do whatever. I just want to be there.
Well, I think, too, for me, pardon me, that Worley would be a guy you could go on and put in the bullpen, because I think he might be able to get ready a little bit faster than Oswalt.
I agree with that. And the experience part of it, you know, Worley's 11-1 has pitched wonderfully this year, but the experience part of it, there's something to that. I mean, not much phases Vance Worley, but the fact that Oswalt's been in the postseason, there is something to that, isn't
You're
there?
going to have butterflies no matter who you are that first game when you're going out, and as a rookie, going to be added pressure. So that's going to be a pretty big decision. I will say this, though. He is not afraid to go out and pitch, and he's proven that, and pitching to a variety of different clubs and getting better.
Would you equate it to 09 with Pedro Martinez and Jay Happ, where Happ did not start in the postseason, at least early on?
Pedro, for me, had more experience, but I just thought he was just really out of gas for me at that time.
5 strikeouts for Oswalt. Speaking of gas, he just threw some right on by Brian McCann.
That was just a bad matchup. Pedro, just a great pitcher over the past. Oh, good old-fashioned fastball, and he's putting it in a good spot. He's got movement, ball going away, and they're not able to square balls up here so far.
Dan Uggla was the National League's Player of the Month for the month of August. Cliff Lee was the Pitcher of the Month in August. He's thrown him 2 curves tonight, and he just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, that's just filthy, a breaking ball. And what he does, he takes so much off of the pitch and has good tight spin on it.
The 1-2 in the dirt, a change up, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Uggla.
You can tell when any pitcher has good stuff on the mound, usually hitters will be off balance. They're feeling comfortable taking good swings. It usually means they're going to be doing some damage.
Laid on a fastball, 94, the quickest fastball he's thrown tonight.
Yeah, he's starting to feel it. You know, and the more starts he gets, the stronger he's going to get, more confidence he'll have out on the mound. And, you know, you mentioned before, he is a veteran pitcher, so he knows once he gets to that particular point.
Curveball swung on and missed. Uggla down swinging for the second time tonight. 6 strikeouts for Oswalt, and it's his second straight 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 7 in a row, and he's flat out feeling tonight. He's not allowed to hit through the first 4. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Philadelphia. Placido Polanco leads off the fourth for the Phillies. Grounded out to second his first time up. Facing Brandon Beachy. Beachy's allowed one hit. It was a home run to Raul Ibanez. But like Roy Oswalt, he hasn't allowed a whole lot tonight. He has struck out 5.
Well, he's displaying a live fastball.
Grounder back toward the middle. Gonzalez is there. 1 away. Phillies baseball is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. By WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices. And by Mazda. Zoom Zoom. Another sellout here at Citizens Bank Park. Very quick 3-game homestand for the Phillies. Off to Milwaukee after this 4-game set that begins tomorrow night. Then 3 in Houston before the Phillies return home. Utley popped out to McCann his first time up. Charlie Manuel talked a little bit today about the upcoming series against the Brewers and referenced the last series between the two teams and said it's been a while since the Phillies have seen Milwaukee, and it's true. Phillies saw Milwaukee back in April with a 3-game set here in Philadelphia. They're pretty much the same team. They're just playing a whole lot better.
Yeah, they sure are. Kind of gelling as a team, knowing each other. Pitching's been pretty good for them all year long.
Sarge, what does it say that against teams that are better than 500, the Brewers are 6 games under 500, and the Phillies are 3 games over 500?
Well, I'm not going to put a whole lot into that because once you start whatever playoffs, I mean, you can throw all the stats there out of the window. I mean, the year we beat LA, they beat us 11 out of 12 games during the course of the year. Whole different ball game once the playoff starts. A lot more intensity.
Our guy Matt is high atop Harry the K's right now, getting that shot. Matt's been all over the ballpark the last couple of days, providing some great looks with that roving camera. Ryan Howard struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. So would you discard the Brewers' home record, which is so good when it comes to the postseason?
Well, it's always an advantage. I mean, when you're playing at home. I mean, when you're playing at home there, you get that extra ball game. But still, you know, the intensity that you have and players that have been in postseason has a tendency to maybe play a little bit better or for sure not be as nervous. Milwaukee Brewers still untested for the postseason, so fairly new to a lot of the guys that they're going to have there. Fighting Fields have a lot of experience. Something to say about that.
Of course, the Phillies faced the Brewers back in 08 in the postseason. Prince Fielder, Ryan Braun, Ricky Weeks, they were part of it. Niger Morgan was not. Zach Greinke was not. Lucroy was not. And there you see the splits between the Brewers. 50 and 19 at home, 35 and 39 on the road. Look at the difference in average.
Wow.
ERA better, of course, at home. Howard lifts it in the air to left, playable for Prado. And Beachy continues to cruise, even though he allowed the home run to Ibanez. He gets the Phillies in order again. We've completed our first 4. Features authenticated game-used items, including a limited edition Roy Halladay no-hitter framed lineup card and autograph photo. For a list of available items and more information, email merch@phillies.com. Top of the fifth, Eric Hinsky. Jason Hayward, Alex Gonzalez due up against Roy Oswalt, who's retired 7 straight. Oswalt has 6 strikeouts, 2 in each of the last 3 innings. And he starts Hinsky off with a fastball upstairs. Ryan Howard over the bag, fouls to C.B. Buckner. C.B. Buckner's over at first base tonight. The crew chief is Dale Scott. He's around at third. Dan Iasonia's at second. Jerry Meals behind the plate.
Want to stay away from this guy or make sure that it's in if you come in there. Try to get him with a breaking ball. Usually dead pull hitter. Can't hit the ball out very strong.
They've had a lot of late swings tonight against Oswalt, and that's a good sign.
Good sign too. They're picking it up late. And not only that, his fastball is pretty live.
Night with Dad at the old yard. Hinsky's been used as primarily a pinch hitter this year, 8 for 44, but he has got himself some at-bats as a starter in the outfield and at first base. Playing first tonight for Freddie Freeman. He's played left field. He's also spelled Jason Hayward at times. Hayward is on deck.
Well, that's a way to get him at bats, and you want him to pinch hit against some of the better pitchers. Usually it's late in the ball game. He's got to get at times 4 at bats, which means he needs to play a game.
Ground ball right side. Howard has it, flips to Oswalt covering, let him right to the bag, 1 away.
Good play on that, leading him right to the bag.
Roy Oswalt has 3 innings. He's 2 outs away from getting a third. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team in order, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball brought to you by the Xfinity HD Triple Play. It's your complete lineup for digital TV, lightning fast internet, and home phone.
Look at him leading him here. Much better throw. You always want to lead him. Don't want him to throw behind him because, again, pitcher breaks his stride. A little bit difficult to catch that ball and then the tag the base. When you lead him, it's almost in unison where he's catching it going right to the bag.
Now, you're referring to the play the other day in Florida where Roy Halladay was covering first and the throw was a little low. It was down below the waist. Roy had trouble handling it, whereas that one was up toward the eyes where Oswalt can grab it in front of his face.
Right, and the rule of thumb, I'm sure, Roy Halladay would tell you when it hit his glove, he probably felt he should have handled it. But so much easier, like you're saying, you lead him right to the bag. It's just an easy play all the way around. Bad pitch.
Yeah, he's just not getting the outer edge, which is fine. I mean, if Mills is consistent with it. Carlos Ruiz just said something to Jerry Mills about that.
That's right, too, Tom. So hard to judge young players, even though Hayward, Rookie of the Year, extremely good year last year. This year, struggling. Consistency is the name of the game.
third walk of the night issued by Oswalt, fourth base runner. And Hayward's aboard. It'll bring the number 8 batter, Alex Gonzalez, to the plate. Gonzalez went down swinging his first time up. One of 6 strikeouts for Oswalt. Van Swirly had 6 strikeouts through 6 last night. Fly ball short right. Pence was kind of playing him over that way. Makes the easy catch for the second out.
Now off balance swing again, and when you're off balance, you're just not going to be able to drive the ball. Hunter made an easy play out of that, and just coming right on up, making an easy play out of a fly ball.
Brandon Beachy went down. Look at his first time up, 0 for 1 tonight. Hayward takes a short lead off first. Back toward the middle. Martinez is there. He thought about flipping it and then runs to the bag in time to get Hayward. I guess he anticipated that Chase Utley was going to be there instead of throwing it across the diamond. So he ran to the bag and just barely got there ahead of Jason Hayward. No runs, no hits. One man left. Roy Oswalt still is not allowed a hit for the first 5. Everybody has said has a big league fastball, and Sarge 208 strikeouts and 151 in a third. I guess that's a good indication that he has a big league strikeout pitch.
Sure is. I tell you then, he either has that really good breaking ball or a really devastating fastball. And if he has both of them, it shouldn't take him too long to get to the major leagues.
Both those guys will be honored at a later date here at Citizens Bank Park. The Pope was a big piece to the success of the Phillies. Of course, was around when you were here as a player.
Yeah. He was my manager back in 83.
Hunter Pence leads it off in the bottom of the 5th. Big curveball. 71 miles an hour.
When we talk about throwing quality strikes, first pitch, that is a quality strike. Hunter Pence, the type of hitter that sits on the fastball most of the time, makes adjustments on the off-speed pitch. I don't know about that. Well, those kind of pitchers like Beachy, they don't need any help. Just about all the pitchers in the league try and do that. If they get early strikes on Hunter Pence, they try and throw that high fastball and get him out with a slow breaking ball.
I guess Beachy's an indication, Sarge, that there are guys, good pitchers, good players that the scouts do sometimes miss.
Oh, yeah.
But then eventually find. I mean, the fact that he was an undrafted free agent in 09 and already is in the big leagues, that says a lot for his ability. And it seems his determination.
Well, and that's what you have to have, and especially when you haven't been drafted, or you'll have different scouts telling you that you're a little bit short, you couldn't make it. A lot of times it gives players a little bit more inspiration.
Two years ago at this point, he was playing semi-pro baseball, not minor league, not professional, not independent league, semi-pro baseball in the Valley Baseball League. He was asked the other day, do you ever sit back and think how crazy it is that you're in the big leagues 2 years later? He said, every now and then it's pretty crazy, but I'm a different pitcher and a totally different person than I was back then. That's only 2 years ago.
Oof.
That's 93 on the black, according to Jerry Meals, not according to Hunter Pence.
Close pitch there. Pitcher's pitch. See exactly where it is, and that's what you call paint. That's just filthy. If he swings at that pitch, not much he's going to be able to do with it. Probably go down and see whether or not he felt it was a strike or not.
Ibanez homered his first time up, the 250th homer of his career.
Yeah, it's a good thing now that the monitors for the guys down there on the bench are close enough where they can go take a look at it to see whether or not it was a good pitch or not.
Does it make you madder, or let's look at Ibanez's home run?
Oh, he's starting to square balls up, and I mean, when he is short and quick to the ball, he starts to hit the ball a long way. And a lot of times, too, when you're sitting on that bench and not really or feeling that you're an everyday player, when you're not playing, you get back in there, you want to let the manager know, hey, you got to keep me in that lineup some kind of way.
Hooked that one foul. Sarge, getting back to Pence, though, I mean, does it make you feel better? Does it aggravate you even more when you go down and look at a pitch and think that it's not a strike?
I think both. I think that you get irritated that, you didn't swing at it, or that it was that close. And usually when you go down and you see it on the monitor, I mean, you can tell, but then you make the adjustment the next time up where you might have to swing at that pitch.
One ball, 2 strikes to count to Brandon Beachy.
Not usually with the monitors, you can look at your different angles on your swings, which is always helpful.
Ugla throws out Ibanez. Kevin Camasholi, who's the Phillies director of video operations, is literally 15 feet from the dugout up the tunnel.
And they need it too. I mean, that helps. I mean, everybody, just about every organization, has it. Look at pitchers and see the variety of pitches that he's throwing.
got a piece of McCann. 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies are up 1-0 thanks to a home run back in the second by Ibanez. Now get Philly sports on the go. Be the first to know everything about your favorite teams right from the palm of your hand. Your teams right now. Download the free CSN Sports app now. Everybody settle back in behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jerry Meals the catcher. Brian McCann, or the umpire. Brian McCann the catcher. Carlos Ruiz the batter. To center field, Bourne going back. He's there and makes the one-handed catch. So for the 4th time tonight, the Phillies go down in order. We played 5 innings at Citizens Bank Park. Only 1 hit and 1 run combined. Staff knew from the beginning that they would have to earn what everyone else anticipated. And from the looks of it, they're getting pretty close. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. Well, Goya Latino family celebration night, and the Fanatic is well entrenched, Sarge.
At it again.
This young man does not know. Well, that young man that was back there behind the Fanatic, he started dancing. They started dancing together. He didn't know what hit him. Top of the 6th. Phillies up 1-0. Michael Bourne 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Michael Bourne has struck out 121 times this year.
Well, that's a lot for a leadoff hitter, especially a guy that makes contact like Michael. And again, he's the type of hitter that uses his legs.
It'll be Bourne, Prado, and Jones. 1, 2, and 3 in the order for the Braves.
He will bunt at any time. I always have to be aware of that.
We have 2 pitchers tonight that are using all of their pitches to near perfection.
Yeah. Well, both of them are pitching very well. Oswalt a little better up to this point.
Beachy's allowed one hit. That was the home run to Ibanez. Back in the second, he hasn't allowed any other base runners. Meanwhile, Oswalt has walked 3. He's allowed a base runner thanks to an error. Longest outing with a no-hitter. He's done it twice, 6 innings. Against the Expos in 2001. Against the Mets in 2006. Victorino, long run into the alley, over his head. There's the first hit of the night for the Braves. Bourne on his way to second. He'll stop there. And a runner in scoring position for the Braves, and a nice round of applause for the Phillies fans.
Yeah, oh yeah, they get it. They know exactly what's going on as they give up and give a standing ovation for Oswalt. Well, that's what I was talking about with Michael Bourne. He is just not a slap hitter. He can drive that ball, and he did, as it gets over Victorino's head there. Automatic double for him.
Prado's 0 for 2. And he shows bunt. Knocks him down to his backside as it came up and in with that fastball. Was he asked to sacrifice, or he felt that was the only way he can get the runner over to third?
Well, I'm sure Freddie Gonzalez wants to get that runner over to third. He can do it various different ways. Well, it won't be that way. And then sometimes, though, hitters, they're on their own when they're up there at the plate to be able to, to sacrifice or to hit the ball, try and hit the ball the other way. Now watch this, bad bat angle. You got to get on top of the ball, and that ball there, he didn't, and when you don't, you're going to get a pop-up.
He is stunned that he just did that.
Okay, well then that was on his own.
Chipper Jones hit it to a double play. His first time up, he went right back to Oswalt. Michael Bourne at second, one away here in the top of the 6th.
See him going through so many different signs there, and they always change the sign when you get a runner on second base.
Ground ball back toward the middle, a base hit. Bourne around third, heading for home. This ball game is tied up on a base hit by Chipper Jones, an RBI single. It's 1-1 here in the top of the 6th.
Didn't over swing on a changeup as he goes right back up the middle. Bourne flying around the bases. No chance to get him on a base hit. Stays back, keeps his hands back. He was off balance, that he keeps his hands back, and you can see once Victorino just almost conceding that. No way to get Michael Bourne.
Brian McCann has walked and struck out tonight, 0 for 1. So a 1-1 ball game here in the top of the 6th. He's thrown some of his best fastballs tonight since he's gotten off the disabled list. You know, the way that he's moved it, the way the velocity has been 92, 93, 94.
Yeah. Like that location. Well, he's been able to tie McCann up so far in this at bat, keeping it right on his hands, going away right now.
There you go. He's saying he got a piece of it. Jerry Meals, you saw him shake his head. 7 strikeouts for Roy Oswalt. Time to take a look at our Mazda League leaders. And Roy Oswalt has the highest winning percentage in September and October among active pitchers. Oswalt, Freddie Garcia, C.C. Sabathia, Ted Lilly, and Bartolo Colon, with Garcia and Colon being two revival stories here in 2011. Oswalt in the second half of seasons overall is 80-27. Ugla way out in front of a changeup. It's 0-1.
Oh, he's always been, you know, a good pitcher, an above average pitcher. Injuries have slowed him down some. He knows how to pitch. And he's healthy. He's as good as any of the number ones that are out there.
He's 34 years old. He just turned 34. Charlie Manuel is hoping that Oswalt can continue to get healthy and stronger as the year goes on. I guess the health is not the question anymore. It's just keep getting stronger.
And that's what you have to do. And with that will come more confidence. So he's getting away and throwing Ugla really good curveballs.
Since 2004, you see where Oswalt ranks among active pitchers and victories. Phillies have 3 of the top 5.
Wow.
Ruiz thought about throwing behind Chipper Jones.
Ugla sitting on the breaking ball, got a fastball right down the middle.
See if he gets that slow hook here.
Oh boy. You know, the one thing about that slow hook though, Tom, you got to make sure it's breaking, because if it stays up there, it has a tendency to go a long way.
Well, he came back with a fastball.
He's got a lot of confidence in it, and it's coming good out of his hand.
The 2-2 pitch. Jerry Meals, they asked Jerry Meals to appeal. He opted not to. Ryan Howard plays behind Chipper Jones. Jones will be off on the pitch. Looked like he knew it was coming, but he still wasn't totally into the swing. Off
balance, back of his mind, he might throw that fastball. Usually hitters are always ready for that one. I would think Oswalt wants to make it happen with Ugla, because Henske, left-handed batter, on deck.
Jones takes off. Ball 4. So 4 walks now for Oswalt in the game. I guess that's the only part of tonight that might bother him, that he's walked 4.
And in those situations too, pitching a little more careful. You know, you have to. See the way both pitchers are pitching. Very stingy there with not only the runs, but also the hits.
Brad Lidge just took a peek at the lineup card for the Braves. See who's up next. Hinske pops it up. Foul territory. Polanco has room, and he makes the catch. So Oswalt leaves two. He does give up the tying run and his first hit of the night. He's through 6. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Philadelphia. Help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer. Visit ChevyDealer.com. And by Thomas Jefferson University Hospitals. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Pitcher's duel, Sarge.
Oh, yeah. All the way. Usually a lot of time, games will be decided on a late home run or maybe an error. That's why you got to be heads up these type of games. Want to try and do something to help win the ball game.
Michael Martinez, Roy Oswalt, top of the order. Oswalt is out in the on-deck circle. I mentioned that they want to keep on pushing him beyond 100 pitches. He threw 116 his last outing. Martinez shows bunt. Thought about bunting for a hit. But it's 0-1. There's Oswalt. Brad Lidge had started to throw at the top of the 6th. And now kicks back a little bit. This is the best this guy's been against the Phillies in his 6 games. 0-3, ERA of 4.50, but tonight he has been right around the strike zone.
Well, they've lost the first 2 games of the series. Backs against the wall, so to speak. So they're asking him to come out there and try and pitch that dandy. Fighting Fields want to go on and sweep him and send him on back. I was going to say to Atlanta, but I guess they go to New York.
They're going to do a little excursion up to New York for a doubleheader.
You know, those double headers, if you don't look out, can really eat into that bullpen. And a lot of times the teams are glad that it's September so they can add extra pitchers.
3-2 to Martinez. Beachy has not walked a batter. Phillies are hoping Martinez can get on. Oswalt then can try to sacrifice him into scoring position. Back toward the middle. Beachy makes the play. 1 away. Phillies sold out of season tickets this year, and if you've missed your opportunity, well, you can make a deposit and fans can be placed on the priority wait list for 2012 season ticket plans. Deposits do not guarantee a plan, but do hold a place on the priority wait list. See the ticket section at Phillies.com for details. 1-3 on the putout. One away here in the bottom of the 6th. 44,870. The 194th sellout at Citizens Bank Park. Tonight is the 10th annual Goya Latino Family Celebration at the ballpark. It's turned out to be a pretty nice night.
Oh, yeah.
Brought your products to the ballpark tonight. They'll be donated to Phil Abundance. Goya will match what you brought to the park. And a called strike 3. Roosevelt thought that was a little high.
Well, pitchers very seldom argue call strikes because they want those particular pitches themselves. Ball appeared to be a little bit high.
Victorino's 0 for 2. His average at .301. 2 for 10 in the series so far. He's really turned it around against the Braves. Last year he was 10 for 71 against Atlanta. As Eric O'Flaherty's up and warming. In 09 he was 11 for 63. Both of those averages well under 200. This year 17 for 44. Which with his 0 for 2 tonight he's dropped under 400 against the Braves, but still a much better year.
Well, he's had a lot better at bats there and not popping the ball up as much, trying to stay through ground balls, line drives. You've seen him hit a lot of those over the course of the last couple of weeks. And that's what I'm impressed with. Not swinging at as many bad pitches, especially when you're ahead in the count.
Ball 4. So he's aboard for the first time. First walk issued by Beachy. Only the second base runner, the first one since the second when Ibanez hit the home run. Roger McDowell goes out to the mound. Flaherty might be up for Utley and Howard if there's a runner in scoring position.
Yeah.
All right, now talk to me about Victorino in this spot there, Sarge. He has 18 steals. He's been caught 3 times. He was credited with a stolen base of 3rd earlier in this series. I would think this is a pretty good spot to run, right?
Yeah, and again, it's up to those base stealers, Tom, whether or not their legs are really feeling good. And, you know, we've seen him. There doesn't appear to be any type of injury, but you're right. You want to try and steal, and you'd like to steal early in the count if you could. That way the hitter doesn't have to continue to try and take pitches and then can be aggressive himself.
Polanco's at .275. Hitless in 2 at-bats. He's grounded out twice. Last time he was retired on a nice play by Gonzalez.
Well, Shane Victorino on Beachy, I should say, should concentrate right on the heel. Obviously, he's a base stealer. And that's one of the keys. Before he throws that ball to first, got to pick that heel up. Right on his back leg.
Slide step, and it's 1-0.
That's why you like those runners on and hopefully get the pitcher to make a mistake.
Well, by those numbers, it's doable to steal.
No doubt.
Polanco looking for his first extra base hit since the 26th of June. He came out of the chute and was firing in the month of April. Had a career high in hits, but whether it's the sports hernia injury or other nicks and bruises, it's not been the same offensive year for Polanco.
Well, injuries always slow you down, and especially if you have injuries that just doesn't allow you to swing the bat freely, whether or not your legs aren't feeling the way they should. Most guys hit with the legs too.
Well, he's got nearly 3 months since his last home run. Not that he's a home run hitter.
And he isn't, but he does have power. You're right. Hit that ball out of the ballpark. They're just not squaring up enough balls. Well, he does hit that ball over to right center some. You've seen him do that, but not as much as he usually does when he's feeling good.
Victorino broke and then stopped. The ball down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Foul by maybe 3 or 4 feet.
Well, you got to think Victorino scores on that ball there if he gets down the line. Talk about a game of inches there as he slices the ball, and it is clearly foul. Foul by plenty. Well, it took off like it really was going to be fair by plenty, and just didn't hit it solid enough.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Polanco.
Victorino can get that lead going out there to the cutout. It's always a good lead when a base stealer is near the cutout. It's a decent lead there.
There he goes to right field. This one may stay fair. Hayward coming on. He makes a diving grab. And the side is retired, although he thought maybe it hit the ground.
Well, the reason that he did that only because he came up throwing and he knew he probably trapped the ball. Again, oh boy. Hayward gave it away right away, Tom.
I'm with you, Sarge. I thought from up here that he made the catch and that C.B. Buckner signaled it was a catch. Down the right field line, what do you think? The umpires are going to meet. Hayward leaves his feet, and that is a one-hopper right into his glove. Oh, boy. Now, the problem is Polanco, well, I guess it's not a problem. Polanco would not have gone the seconds.
No.
Victorino would have stopped at third. He would not have scored.
Well, the reason Hayward was getting up is to get that ball in right away. If he thought he would have caught it, what he would have done is he would have dove and then held the ball up to show the umpire that he caught the ball.
All right, here we go. Here's their decision. First and third with 2 outs. Now Freddie Gonzalez will come out. It's the right call looking at the replay. Now, again, we had the replay, but as Sarge said, and you know as an outfielder, he knew he trapped it because he came up firing.
Looking for an Academy Award. Doesn't get it on that particular play. Made a valiant try, but again, giving it away right away. And I guess Freddie's asking him, well, who did see it? And that's what the umpires did. They get together and say, well, Anybody see that one at all? Should have been, I think, C.B. Buckner's call because he's the umpire. It should go out toward the line as Freddie Gonzalez gets kicked out.
Dale Scott, the crew chief, has taken up the argument. Freddie Gonzalez just asked C.B. Buckner, how did you not see that in the first place? So the Braves will come back out on the field. The Phillies have it first and third. Here's another look at it.
Well, he's coming in. You're going to clearly see it bounce.
Right there.
Right there's right. You know, he continues on. Polanco knows right away, whoa, hey, he didn't catch that. As he gets back, hey, timeout. So that's when he's telling them to get together. Hey, you got a player that hadn't had a hit in a while. He's going to want that Victorino going. He slows down a little bit. Don't know actually why on that. But Hayward doing a good job making sure, hey, I'm getting that ball in. Or after that, the out was called. So then there basically no play.
Now, I don't think Victorino would have scored, but he did turn and look and slow it up going around second. Freddie Gonzalez has been ejected. He's given the lineup card to Carlos Tosca. And it looks like Carlos is making a double switch right out of the chute. Freddie Freeman came on to play first. Jerry Meals is making the adjustment to the card. Brandon Beachy is going to be lifted from the ball game, and Eric O'Flaherty will come on to face Chase Utley. This is an AT&T call to the bullpen. Phillies and Braves tied at 1. DVDs, 2-minute DVDs highlighting your softball experience and why you should be considered to be a Phillies ball girl. Send them to the Phillies, Citizens Bank Park, 1 Citizens Bank Way, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Attention ball girl applicant. You must be 18 years or older. Deadline for submission, October 1st. No phone calls, please. Chase barely moved.
I think he said, what happened?
You can hear the ball hit the helmet, and he's telling Scott Sheridan, I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, for you youngsters out there, the proper way to get out of the ball, get out of the way of the ball from hitting you anywhere near the face, turn your head just like that.
Oh.
And once you're able to do that, it shouldn't hit you anywhere near the face area. Willie Mays used to always talk about that. If you're concentrating, it might hit you in the head, but it shouldn't hit you in the face. You have that helmet on, That's why you wear that protected guard.
Well, it's the 12th time he's been hit by a pitch this year. The way he just froze at the plate, I thought it may have hit the bat. It sounded like the helmet.
Yeah, and it appeared almost like it was a little bit of a breaking ball. I didn't catch the velocity on it, but he didn't really move. Maybe a hard cutter.
Eric O'Flaherty, a 1.15 earned run average. Howard's 2 for 11 against him. Swing and a miss, so at 2. Victorino's at third, Polanco's at second, Utley's at first. Howard has struck out tonight. He's flied to left. He has the bases loaded in a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 6th. O'Flaherty's ready.
Eagle eye to take that pitch. Seen in the past that Ryan Howard would swing at that pitch. Kind of slowed down his whole motion, and doesn't mean he's not going to strike out, but it does give him a better chance to see the ball, to pick up the spin of the ball. Everybody knows what he does with damage, and there's a ball mark right on his helmet there. That's why you wear it.
Swing and a miss, and Howard down on strikes, and the Phillies leave the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left. On to the 7th in a 1-1 game. We start at the top of the 7th. It's a 1-1 ball game. Jason Hayward takes a pitch outside from Roy Oswalt. This is the 100th pitch of the night for Oswalt, and it's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Both starters pretty stingy tonight. Brandon Beachy allowed 1 run through 5 2/3. His bullpen is in. Oswalt has allowed a run so far through 6.
He's been really good tonight, too. He has had a good fastball tonight, really set everything else up. And Brandon Beachy's been a tremendous pitcher for these guys this year, and he showed it again tonight.
Hayward drills one right through the middle. Just the 3rd hit for the Braves. There's no doubt Freddie Gonzalez wants this ball game. You know, even though he was ejected, Eric O'Flaherty was warming up. And if the 6th inning got to Utley or Howard, they were going to the bullpen, even though Beachy was right on top of his game.
Right. You could see they were going to do that. And then, of course, they double switched. And Freeman's in the 9-hole right now. Yeah, well, Freddie talked about that, that they had to, back off those guys a little bit, those 3 guys, O'Flaherty, Venters, and Kimbrel, because they've used them so much. But in a game like this, a little bit different maybe.
Sacrifice, 1-4 on the put out. Up to second is Hayward. And that'll bring Freddie Freeman to the plate.
Really good game tonight. The Verizon Wireless game summary mentioned both pitchers tremendous. Brandon Beachy, good looking young pitcher, pitching consistent baseball for the Atlanta Braves. Roy Oswalt, one of his better outings of the year. Raul Ibanez swinging a good bat right now, career number 250. And then Chipper Jones with an RBI hit off an off-speed pitch, and that's the only run so far for Atlanta. And they bunt here with the 8-hole hitter, of course, because they have Freddie Freeman now batting 9th in the double switch.
Freeman, then the top of the order. Michael Bourne's on deck. Hayward at second base. No balls and 1 strike to Freddie Freeman.
They wanted to make sure. They really wanted Roy Oswalt to throw 100 or more pitches here tonight. Keep stretching him out. And he's over 100 and 105.
Rich Doobie said today that Antonio Bastardo is available tonight. He said he was available last night, but they wanted to just give him a reprieve. He said they won't be afraid to use him tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of what we just talked about with the Braves and what Freddie Gonzalez is trying to do with his guys, trying to back some of these guys off that have been used a lot. He's had a wide plate away to left-handed hitters tonight as Jerry Meals. That pitch is off the plate, but he's been calling that on both sides. You throw a change up away, and then you throw some cheese on the hands like that, and you have a chance to jam a guy.
Well, these lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com.
Oswalt's had his fastball 91 to 93 consistently all night. He looks like he's fully recovered from any injuries that he's had.
He hit 94 a couple of times, too. 2-2 the count to Freeman. Breaking ball hit back toward the middle, and oh boy, it took a hop. Utley was going to knock it down. That would have kept Hayward at third. Instead, he scores standing. 2-1 Atlanta. That's just bad luck right there.
That hit the lip.
Hit right on the back edge of the grass.
Yeah, it hit the lip out there is what it did. As you said, Chase Utley was going to dive and keep that in the infield and have a first and third out of it. But then it hit the lip and jumped over his glove. There he goes right here. Now here it comes right there. And it jumps straight up. You see he was diving to try and keep it in the infield. Nothing you can do about that.
So the Braves lead it 2-1.
It was a good job by Freeman, too. Looked like he hit a curveball there. And just hit it off the end of the bat a little bit in the perfect spot.
First time in the series the Braves have led after all these innings.
Yeah.
Freeman not a threat to run.
Well, this is the kind of game they like to play now. They like to get you behind late in the game because they feel their bullpen. Well, I don't know if it's the strength of the team, but if it isn't, it's 1 and 1A. See, Oswalt, they've been getting that pitch tonight, so he wanted it again.
There's Kimbrel. He comes in. I'm not sure if the cup will be on the ear.
See, that just shows you he's goofy, and that's a closer. You got to have that mentality.
Peter Moylan was next to him without the hat. Johnny Venters with the hat.
Peter Moylan is officially a bullpenner.
Two and two the count to Bourne.
There's Moylan, who they got him back in the game.
Right at Hunter Pence, 2 outs. ...115 pitches for Oswalt.
It would have been very interesting if they had a first and third there and that ball was hit the Pence. He would have been able to come charging in. Hayward, a good runner. That would have been some play. There would have been some action, I think, on that one.
You have a guy who's among the leaders in outfield assists in Pence. Hayward, who can run. Pence gets another chance, and he puts it away. So the Braves take the lead on the RBI single by Freddie Freeman. We've completed 6.5. It's time to stretch here at Citizens Bank Park. Trivia quiz answer. One fanatic right over top of another fanatic. Wheels, here it is. Who holds the Atlanta Braves single season record for shutouts with 6?
Well, you got to think of the big three. Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz jumps right at you, but then you got Nuxie in there too, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that one of those 4?
Yeah. Would think it would be one of those 4.
So I got 25% chance. Huh?
Give me the names again. Smoltz, Maddox, Glavine,
and Nuxie, Necro.
Yeah, it's one of those 4.
Necro.
It is Necro.
That's a guess.
1974.
Once you confirmed that it was one of the 4, then I had a shot.
Hunter Pence swings at the first pitch. Slow chopper. Gonzalez charges, throws him out. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
He's a good shortstop. He made a mistake the other night, but Alex Gonzalez gives him tremendous defensive play day in and day out. That play looks routine. It's not even close to being routine, especially for a guy who can run like Pence, who's busting it down the line, and you're going to get a little short hop on the run. The good ones make that play, and Gonzalez is one of them.
Speaking of shortstops, Phillies shortstop Jimmy Rollins eligible to come off the disabled list. Talked to Scott Sharon today. The Phillies athletic trainer said he's looking good, and it's just a matter of whether Jimmy feels comfortable moving around, and only Jimmy knows his legs. Rollins knows his legs, and that'll be the key.
Well, that's good to hear.
0-2 the count to Ibanez.
They usually use O'Flaherty in the 7th inning, but as you mentioned, they went to him in the 7th because he's rested. There's Jimmy Rollins. He got the job done in the 7th, even though he hit Utley in the head. And now they want to get to Venters in the 8th and Kimbrel in the 9th, and that's the way they win a lot of games.
And a called strike 3. Ibanez hasn't had too many of those recently. Time now for a Coors Light Freeze Cab. Enjoy a Latino family night. It's been a very festive evening before, during. Fanatic obviously has been involved. The young dancers that were out there. Coors Light Freeze Cab brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Danny Martinez, one of the Phillies' Spanish broadcasters, introduced the starting lineups tonight in Spanish.
He's done that before and does a great job.
Danny, before each game on the road, texts Wheels to ask him what the lineup is.
Or if it's raining.
Or if it's raining, and he does that in Spanish. He texts you in Spanish.
He does. As he says, he gives me a little Spanglish to make sure that he says he's impressed when I can read it. I said, well, thank you. I try.
1 ball, 1 strike to count to Ruiz. And there's a strike at the knees. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, St. Louis shutting out the Brewers 2-0. Bottom of the 5th. Not that the Central is over, but the Brewers have a 9.5 game lead over the Cardinals, just as the Phillies do over the Braves. Long throw for Gonzalez. He gets it there on a hop, and Ruiz is retired. Phillies go down in order in their half of the 7th. We go to the 8th here at Philadelphia. Little defense from Alex Gonzalez in this inning, not only to start the inning, but to finish it off. Triple play provider of the Phillies by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Jeep Brand, we don't just make SUVs, we make history. Top of the 8th, it's 2-1 Atlanta. Roy Oswalt went 7 innings tonight, allowed 4 runs on 2 hits, struck out 7. He'll give way to Antonio Bastardo. Bastardo will face Chipper Jones, Brian McCann, Dan Ugla. 6-1, a 1.69 earned run average.
Just keep the game right where it is and take your shot at those 2 guys at Venters and Kimbrel. Venters is up right now. We won't let them get any more.
A strike to Chipper Jones. There's Johnny Venters. A starting pitcher in the minor leagues, converted to a reliever in the majors, and he's been as good a setup guy as there's been in baseball. So is this guy.
Well, it's tough to hit 95-mile-an-hour sinkers from a left-hander and move, and that's what Venters features. You watch a lot of games with the Braves, and hitters hit the top of the baseball with that guy. And he also has strikeouts, just like Bastardo does.
Chipper Jones tonight singled home the tying run in the 6th. Fly to left, grounded it to a double play. Those at-bats were left-handed against Roy Oswalt. And a base hit it to center field. Well, the Be a Fanatic About Reading program is sponsored by Comcast. Fanatic encourages children to read for a minimum of 15 minutes a day. Teachers register for the program, which is open to grades K through 8. Materials include bookmarks and pencils for each student, plus the opportunity to win a Fanatic literacy visit for the school. For more information, email fandev@phillies.com. Oh, the count.
Whoop. That ball's live.
Ruiz just fired in its shallow center. Martinez realized it was live and sprinted to go get it.
Oh, only time was called. It looked like Pendleton pushed Chipper Jones to make him go. Huh? As a coach, you're allowed to do that. There's a lot going on down there. Watch. See, you're not supposed to touch the base runner.
Startled Chipper Jones.
Yeah, because he didn't know the ball going into center field.
Ball 4. 2 on with nobody out. That was a fastball at 91 from Bastardo.
Well, last time out, and he hadn't pitched for a while. He was wild. And, you know, here in this inning so far, he gives up a. Chipper Jones hit a decent pitch, a fastball down the way, and then all over the place to McCann. They're in there for a conversation, but they're not going to bunt with Ugly. Matt Diaz is moving the on-deck circle. The pitcher spot is there. And that double switch has really worked out well for him. But Flaherty came in, did the job, and Freeman got the hit to put him ahead.
Matt Diaz on deck. Ugly the batter. Swing and a miss. 0-1. There's a slider. It was up. And Ugly spun right through it.
That's surprising. No, it isn't, because he didn't hit anybody early, and he's hit a lot of people late. Lee. That graphic's right on what his season's been.
It's that hard. What a play by Polanco. Goes to third for 1, second for 2. That's knowing who the base runner is. It was Brian McCann, and he knew he could get him. 5-4 on the double play.
Yeah, he did that in the game it was either last night or the night before where he knew McCann was left. We talked about that, you know, how you have to know before the ball's even hit to you what you're going to do. He's not going to get Ugly at first base. He knows he has a shot at second, so why not throw it? He's already got the lead guy. So throw it in the area and see what happens. Got him. Double play. And that ball was absolutely crushed.
That was a great play by Polanco, who has the highest fielding percentage of any third baseman in the National League. Matt Diaz, the hitter.
Don't see a whole lot of 5-4 double plays.
Diaz overall hitting .273 with no home runs, 19 runs batted in. He began the year with the Pirates, acquired last week from Pittsburgh. Last time the Pirates were in town, the Phillies security staff gave Diaz one of the button-up jerseys that they wear here at the ballpark because of Diaz's efforts last year in corralling a fan who ran onto the field. He's walking to the dugout, and he startled me because he was wearing the blue security shirt with the Citizens Bank Park crest on the front. 0-2 the count to him. That's where Ruiz wanted it, maybe a little higher than he wanted it. It's 1-2. In and out of the glove of Ruiz, a foul ball. 2-2 the count to Diaz. Diaz was a good player for the Braves for a couple of years. In hindsight, he's probably thinking, well, maybe the Pirates weren't my best choice.
Yeah, but they were going to give him a, multi-year deal.
And he was going to play every day.
Right.
2-2. Fly ball down the right field line. Pence a long run. He gets there. Makes the grab in foul territory. So Bastardo allowed the first two batters to get on, but then a double play and a fly ball ends the top of the eighth. Johnny Venters coming in to face the Phils in the bottom of the eighth. September 15th at 2:35, the Phillies will take on the Florida Marlins. There are tickets still available for that ball game. Then at 7:35, they'll again take on the Marlins at the back end of the day-night doubleheader. Tuesday the 20th is the first of two against the Nationals, 105 and 705. So what we're saying is go to Phillies.com, check out what's available, and make your purchase today to come out and see the Phils wind down the month of September. Goya Latino Family Celebration, the 10th annual celebration here at the ballpark. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Johnny Venters is the new pitcher for the Braves. And he'll face John Mayberry. And then Ben Francisco, back-to-back pinch hitters for the Phillies.
Left-handed hitters, 127 off.
75th appearance for Venters. That leads Major League Baseball. And he fires a ball outside. It's 1-0.
Well, that was that sinker we were talking about, 95-mile-an-hour sinker. He throws rocks up there. He just throws a lot of fastballs. Oof. See it disappear.
Venters and Kimbrel with Gavine to pick up 200 strikeouts.
How about that? It's hard to think of a better 1-2 punch. You know, there have been some really good ones over the years in Major League Baseball for setup and closer, but right now these two are about as good as anybody. And it's one of the main reasons why Atlanta's had such a good year, because they don't give up games late. So give up one tonight maybe.
And Mayberry serves well to right. A pinch single for John Mayberry.
Now they'll pull Francisco back and bring up Valdez, who's a better bunter.
Trying to get the tying run into scoring position for the top of the order.
Right.
Brad Lidge is throwing in the pen again. Matson will get up if the Phillies wind up taking the lead. He might get up if they tie it.
Right. Difference at home when you use a closer in a tie game as opposed to the road.
John Mayberry has wheels. I guess so do we.
You got my attention with that. I thought, what do you want?
Valdez bunts. That's a good one. Chipper Jones picks it up. Sacrifice is successful. 5-4 on the putout. One away.
Hey, give yourself a chance now. That's a really good job by Wilson. Sent up there to bunt him over, and he gets him over.
There's Matson to your left. Lidge to your right.
Everybody congratulating Wilson Valdez. That's good baseball play right there.
Well, we've seen that that gentleman often here at the ballpark in full catcher's gear with a Carlos Ruiz jersey. Uh-oh, his phone's gone. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Normally we see him, correct me if I'm wrong, Wheels, behind home plate. Normally would be appropriate.
And normally he's down there in that Diamond Club area.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is tonight.
He's over the Phillies dugout.
Oh, okay.
It's a warm night. Hope he stayed hydrated.
Shane's done a really good job in the late innings, one of the best in Major League Baseball.
Phillies have 2 guys that are among the leaders in baseball from the 7th inning on. It's Victorino and Hunter Pence. 1-1 pitch. Tried to hold. Did he go? No. It's to C.B. Buckner.
That was a slider. You see Venters doesn't throw a whole lot of sliders. You mentioned relies on that heavy sinker, but he can bust a slider in on you too, and he held up, according to CB.
That was a little closer than I thought.
It was close. I'm sure the Braves think he went. Why wouldn't you?
Another slider. 2-2. Mayberry's in scoring position. The Phillies trail it by 1. They've managed just 3 hits tonight. And he went that time. Jerry Meals didn't even ask for help. 2 outs.
He went that time. And Venters went with sliders. You know, he throws so many sinkers and hard sinkers. But with Victorino that time, he went to 3 straight sliders. And this one in the dirt, a good chase pitch, and he went for it. Here's another angle, but from the side you could really see he swung. That was a nice job, too, by Brian McCann to block it.
Venters does have Utley in the on-deck circle, left-handed hitter.
Right. They could be talking about pitching around Polanco, but you know then you're putting the go-ahead run on first base on the road in the 8th inning. And you really have to be confident you can get the next guy when you do something like that.
Pete Orr's putting a helmet on. He might have to. Well, we'll see. He might be pinch hitting for Utley. After Chase was hit by that pitch, there's a line drive, base hit to right. Around third is Mayberry. The throw to the plate, up the line. This game is tied. Placido Polanco comes through. It's a 2-2 ball game.
Great coaching by Juan Samuel, too. That ball is not hit deep to right field, but he challenged Hayward, and Hayward throws it way up the line. You know, that's a do-or-die play. You know the Braves, with their bullpen the way it is at the end of the game, you got to take chances. Polly puts it in play. Now look how quickly Hayward's on that. It took a second hop, but still, you know, any kind of a throw near the plate, he has him. But, you know, you're going to challenge a guy right there. And here he comes. John's a good runner. Juan Samuel had him coming all the way, no play.
Pete Orr was there to signal what to do. Pete Orr is not going to pinch hit, though. It'll be Ben Francisco.
I was thinking Orr would come out and run for Polanco if he got on. But he didn't get to second. He's still only at first base.
Utley was hit by a pitch in his last at bat, so this may be because of that. We'll wait and see if we hear anything.
He got hit in the head.
He got hit right in the head. We showed the mark on the helmet, right in the back of the head. So Valdez will come in the game to play second, you would think. 1 ball and 1 strike to Francisco.
Here's the pitch. It was the first pitch O'Flaherty threw when he came in the game. Hits him right on the head. And you saw the mark on the batting helmet. It was like Ali turned around to Meals and, did that hit me?
It was startling to see Pete Orr look for a helmet and a bat and come up to pinch hit. Just never expect Chase to ever come out of the game.
Yeah. Must be precautionary.
3-1 the count.
But these guys don't blow many saves like this late in the game or leads, and they've gotten the Venters. We talked about that. Well, maybe tonight. And John Mayberry had a really good at bat, and that was a fine job by Juan Samuel to challenge him. Look at that. He doesn't get scored on much.
Well, he's 5th in the league in holds, which is what 8th inning guys live by. Not tonight. Ball 4. First and second. It'll be Venters against Howard.
It's a good game tonight. A lot of good stuff in this one.
Phillies are trying to hand the Braves their first sweep since they swept them last September. They've already won the series, and now they're looking to finish off Atlanta. 2 on, 2 outs, a run in here in the bottom of the 8th. Howard hitless in 3 at bats.
Now, Polanco's not a great runner at second. But you wonder what Juan Samuel would do in this case. There are 2 outs. You can go on contact. The left fielder is really deep.
So's Hayward and right.
And Hayward is really deep and right on Howard. Ugla is playing that overshift, real deep defense with 2 outs. He's in the outfield. You see right there, they have Gonzalez up the middle. They have Ugla way over here. There's a lot of room in this part of the diamond. That's power on power right there. That power sinker, and Ryan Howard with a good swing. How about this game if like a game or 2 separated these 2 teams? That'd really be something, wouldn't it? As good as it is.
Polanco off second. And Howard waves at the pitch in the dirt. The Phillies do tie it up on a base hit by Placido Polanco. They lead 2, so we go to the 9th, all evened up at 2 apiece. News Philly fans need to know on Sports Night tonight at 10 on Comcast Sports Net. Well, I should say after the game, because we're getting closer to 10. It's a 2-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 9th. Phillies have made a couple of changes. One of those changes is that Ryan Matson's coming in, his 53rd ball game. 3-2 with a 2.84 earned run average. As we expected, Wilson Valdez will stay in the ball game, but he's over at shortstop. Pete Orr comes in to play second base. I think they just announced that Orr will bat third,
and Madsen will bat 8th.
And Madsen will bat 8th. The thought is that Madsen will be pinch hit for in the bottom of the 9th if the Phillies get to his spot in the order.
Right, he's only going to go 1 inning.
Jason Hayward leads it off for the Braves. It'll be Hayward, Alex Gonzalez, Freddie Freeman. Slowly hit towards short. Valdez charges, throws off balance, not in time. The big man can run.
He can really run. Hayward for a big guy, and he got out of the box. He's almost running as he swings, coming out of that left-handed batter's box, and Valdez did all he could do. You're going to get almost everybody on that play, but not a plus runner like that guy. They bunt with Gonzalez now. Let's see.
They bunted with him last time when Hayward reached. And he missed it. Peter Moylan. One guy if it remains tied, the other guy if the Braves take the lead. Gonzalez bunts it toward first. Sacrifice is successful, one away. 3-4 on the putout. So Gonzalez has sacrificed twice.
Well, Phillies got a big bunt down to help them tie the ball game, and the Braves are just got a big bunt down that they hope can give them the lead here in the ninth inning.
Freddie Freeman has one at bat tonight. It was a bat in the seventh that gave the Braves the lead. They led it 2-1 going into the bottom of the eighth.
Don't forget about Hayward out there at second. He's not necessarily a base stealer, but you can't say that he wouldn't just take off there if you forget about him. 6 out of 8.
Ruiz would have a clear path with Freeman batting left-handed.
Right. That's what I mean. He would only go if he knows he can make it because he's already in scoring position. But if you forget about a guy like that, they might take off.
Good changeup. 0-2. So Jay McLaughlin, who handles the in-house PA here in the press box, just announced that Chase Utley left the game as a precaution. Popped up. Shallow left. Valdez. 2 outs.
Kind of figure that, after you get hit in the head, want to go make sure you're all right. So they did. They just took him out of the ball game. I'm sure Chase Utley fought that.
Man's as tough as they come.
Even if he went 1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
As we said, it's precautionary because of the hit by pitch in the head.
And a great idea to do something like that. I couldn't agree with him more. Especially with all the talk about concussions nowadays, how serious it is.
Michael Bourne, 1 for 4.
Well, he made some really good pitches, did Madsen, to Freddie Freeman. He had him way off balance with that changeup. Finally got him to pop one up.
He's had some really good movement on his changeup in these last couple of hitters.
And pitch backwards like that. It's such an advantage when you're able to do that in a fastball count, throw that kind of pitch.
Hayward leads off second. 2-1 the count to Michael Bourne. Back toward the middle. Valdez has to hurry around the bag. Throws on the run in time. Well, he was unable to get Hayward to start the inning, but he's able to get Bourne to finish up the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left in scoring position. Hunter Pence will lead it off, but we come back for the bottom of the ninth. Now, the last 5 years, there's the rundown. Phillies are 8-6 this year against Atlanta. It was tight last season, tight the year before, not so much in 2008. That was the year the Phillies won all those games down at Turner Field, wasn't it?
Yeah, undefeated.
Yeah.
At Turner Field, what, 9-0? That was quite a feat.
Peter Moylan in his 9th ball game, a 3.38 ERA. He had back surgery earlier this season, so that's why it's just 9 games. He pitched in a game earlier in this series. And he's on to face Hunter Pence, Raul Ibanez,
we were wondering,
Carlos Ruiz.
Excuse me, Tom. We were wondering the other night when Moylan came in if he gave the Braves some confidence that they would use him in a big spot. And it only took one outing because they're going to use him in a big spot.
Well, this is his second appearance in 4 months. It's kind of like the starter tonight, Brandon Beachy. Beachy was an undrafted free agent that the Braves signed in 2009. And he's here in the big leagues in 2011, made his debut in 2010. Well, the first World Baseball Classic is where the Braves found Peter Moylan. Here we go. Hunter Pence will lead it off to the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, the Australian team was training down there at Disney, and Bobby Cox saw him pitching in a game. Or just batting practice or practice, whatever it was, a workout. He liked it.
Pence is 0 for 3. And he takes a slider for a strike. They'd love to hear Hunter Pence say, "Good game, let's go eat."
What's the menu on the charter tonight? Delta always does a great job with that menu. It's healthy now.
I don't know, Wills. There's some things on there that aren't healthy. The 0-1. And that's good.
Yeah, well, they mixed it up.
Pence is 5th in the National League in hits with 163. Tough to hold up on that slider.
And Peter Moylan, when he was good, had a really good slider, sinker, a little change up. You know, if they get him back, that's not good for the opposition because this guy is battle tested and he can pitch. Like the man from down under to hang one of those frisbees. Braves are guarding the line at third with Chipper Jones, and I have the no doubles, don't hit it over my head defense in the outfield, as you see there.
Three balls, 2 strikes to Hunter Pence to lead off the ninth. Check swing, slow roller, foul ball. And for the Braves, it's a good thing because he was flying up the first base line.
Yeah, he wasn't taking any chances. He didn't know that thing was foul. That was a solid 90 feet he just did. Here it is. Fouls off a slider, and he sees it right there that it's got a chance to stay fair, and he's gone out of that box. Guy plays the game right way.
To the right side, Ugla takes a big hop. Got away. Ibanez gave the Phillies the lead to the second with his 250th career home run. Only 2 at-bats officially against Moylan. He's also walked twice. Moylan's not as devastating against the lefties as he is against the righties. Fastball for a strike.
Yeah, that breaking ball isn't quite as effective against a left-handed hitter as it is against a righty coming around him. They throw more fastball changeup to left-handed hitters and more sliders to right-handed hitters.
Lidge will be up next in the 10th if the Phillies don't win it here in the 9th.
Ryan Madsen did his job after a leadoff infield single.
1-2 pitch. And a change up, and he fouls it back.
Well, you notice Moylan's not going anywhere near the middle of the plate in. Even with that breaking ball he just threw there, he tried to backdoor, and he's trying to stay out of that happy zone, that pull zone right now, the way Ibanez has been swinging the bat. And McCann sets up away again. Yep. Yeah, they just don't want anything that he could maybe pull and hit out of the ballpark and win the game. If he's going to hit it out, they're saying, well, hit it out the other way on us. That's the first time they decided they were going to come inside after everything away, and they got it far enough in that he pulled a foul. Watch him slide inside. I don't really want to do that. I think it would be nice for the Phillies.
With the way Ibanez has been swinging.
Yeah, well, he's quick right now.
3-2 the count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Ball 4. And Ruiz will bat with a potential winning run aboard. That was an 8-pitch at bat. So 7 pitches to Pence, 8 pitches to Ibanez.
Yeah, real good job by Raul Ibanez there to just recognize what they're trying to do to him. They're just trying to get him out of wet.
Pitcher spot is up next. Ross Gload is in the on-deck circle.
Right, and then the Phillies lineup, Wilson Valdez is hitting 9th.
Hit hard, right past Chipper Jones into left field. First and second, 1 out. That's why he emulates. Man. Ross Glode will be given a chance to give the Phillies a victory. It has not been a particularly consistent year for Glode, partly because he hasn't been able to play and get some at-bats to stay sharp. He has 4 hits in his last 33 ABs, but he still leads the majors in pinch hits with 16.
Roger McDowell comes out. 2 reasons. He wants to talk to his pitcher and also give a scouting report on Glode and the way they want to approach him. Yeah, they're going to play Ross Glode pretty much straight away. Michael Bourne now cheating a little bit towards left center.
The slider sweeps in for a strike. It's 0-1.
See where. There's where Michael Bourne is. So there's a lot of room out in this area, but they're going to pitch him away, you would think. So they're going to shade him that way a little bit.
0-1 the count to Glode. His last RBI was back on the 17th of July. Joe Emanuel, although John Bowker was acquired to help from the left side, he still has confidence in Ross Glode in a spot like this. Over the last 4 years, Glode has more pinch hits than anybody else in baseball.
Rally cap, huh?
Yep.
Prado fairly deep in left field. We showed you Michael Bourne and Jason Hayward pretty deep. You get a chance to win the game here on a base hit.
Hit hard over the bag down the right field line. Here comes Ibanez. It's a clean sweep for the Phillies. They win it in the bottom of the 9th inning by a final score of 3-2 as Ross Glode comes through with the 7th walk-off win of the year for the Phillies. How about that? The Braves came into this series thinking they could at least win the series. They even thought about sweeping. Not the case this week in Philadelphia.
That's a heck of a game tonight. Good series, but what a good ball game. Looked like Ross hit a breaking ball there from Peter Moylan. Hit it right over the bag. Well, almost over the bag. Here it is, even in the slider. Yeah, it's a breaking ball. Got a little bit of the plate. And it goes just inside the bag. And Freddie Freeman, who's so good down there, almost makes the play. And watch the fans' reaction. Is that ball fair? Oh, if it's fair, it's over. And it's fair.
And Ibanez scored easily from second. The Phillies' lead in the East is at 10.5 over the Atlanta Braves. 91 wins on the 7th of September. Let's check in with Sarge. He's with Ross Glode. Take it away, Sarge.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot. Ross, really big hit right there, ball right over the bag. What was the pitch?
I think he threw me all sliders except that 0-2 show pitch. I think it was just another slider.
So you're looking back, you're setting back just to make solid contact that situation.
Just protecting there. 2 strikes. I know he's thrown me a bunch of sinkers away, so just kind of trying to protect and put it in play.
How big is this game? You completed a sweep, second place team trying to catch you. You guys got to feel good about the way everything's rolling here.
I mean, I think they're all big. No one's, we're not letting up. We're playing all, we're going to play it till the end until someone tells us not to go as hard for a little while. But, I mean, this is obviously the second place team, so put a little distance between us is good.
Good to see you get a hit. Continued success. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, Tom Wills.
All right, Sarge, thank you very much. Here it is, the Major League leading 17th pitch hit of the season for Ross Glode. He brings home Raul Ibanez. The Phillies win it by a final score of 3-2. A series sweep for the second straight September for the Phillies over the Atlanta Braves.